The following is a presentation of Retro Sports Network, home of the champions of the past, present, and or future. Well, good evening, or good afternoon, or good morning, everybody. My name is Ron Juckett. Welcome to Retro Sports Network and our taped YouTube Game of the Week for our 1978 Major League Baseball replay. We missed last week because of unfortunate circumstances, and the live broadcast on Tuesday was delayed because I had a meeting. Sometimes even that takes precedence over work. So you get what would be a Wednesday game on a Tuesday instead. And we got a good one for you tonight or this afternoon, because it's a day game, from Milwaukee's County Stadium. A rainy day in Milwaukee, 51 degrees, as Moose Haas, who only made 5 or 6 starts on the year, goes against Kenny Holtzman of the New York Yankees. So it's early season. The weather's crappy. There might be 2,000 or 3,000 people in the stands. Let's get to it, shall we? Let's play some baseball. And as we take the field, why this is the default picture for the Milwaukee County Stadium, I don't know. But you see the weather, 51 degrees. The wind is coming in from right field at 8 miles an hour. Never mind that big old stadium behind County Stadium. That's not there in 1978. So let me tell you about Moose Haas. He only made 6 starts on the year. He started 4 days ago against Baltimore. 4 2/3 innings, 9 hits, 8 runs, all earned. He walked 4 and struck out 8 in the loss. Milwaukee off to a 2-2 start in 1978. And because some of you will ask, let's take a look at the standings. Baltimore, Boston, Detroit, and the Yankees are 3-1. Milwaukee and Toronto are 2-2, and Cleveland kind of falls behind. In the West, California has not lost. In fact, they've scored 31 runs in their first 5 games and only given up 5 at home at the Big A. Minnesota has come back down to earth a little bit. You'll see California and Minnesota, I think, next week. In the National League, the Dodgers start off 4-1. San Diego, Atlanta, and Cincinnati all at 3-2. And Pittsburgh, with 4 games of their 162 are in first place in the National League East at 3-1. Look at that. And the Rangers, by the way, have only scored 6 times in 4 games. They start 0-4. Let's give you the Yankee lineup, shall we? Willie Randolph will lead off and play second for the Bombers. Mickey Rivers is in center. He'll bat second. Thurman Munson behind the plate will bat third. Reggie Jackson off to a hot start in 78, cleans up and right. Chris Chambliss at first will bat fifth. Craig Nettles, the third baseman, bats sixth. Roy White, who we did not see in the opener against Texas, is in left field batting 7th. Jim Spencer, the DH, bats 8th. And Bucky Dent, the shortstop, will bat 9th. Defensively for Milwaukee, Heisel is a 6 and a 4 in left. Stormin Gorman Thomas is a 7 and 4 in center. Sisto Lexcano is a 9 and an 8 in right. Now, the infield, Don Money is a 5 at third. That's his range. That has nothing to do with his error ability or anything like that. Tim Johnson is in for Paul Molitor. He's a 1 at short. Lenny Sakata is a 4 at second. And Cecil Cooper is a 9 at first. He's very good. Ignore the batting cage. It's not there during the game. Buck Martinez behind the plate. He's a 5 and a 5. And when Moose Haas has to get the ball, fielding percentage is .857, but he is an average range fielder. So in the muck and the mire on a cold day here in Milwaukee, Randolph steps to the plate at .214. He's 3 for 14 on the year with 5 walks and 3 strikeouts. Haas delivers, and Randolph will lace that one into left center for a base hit, and that's how the Yankees start the ballgame with a hit. If you are new to the channel, I always play the home team unless it's the Red Sox, and the computer plays the visitors, so not showing any anti-Yankee bias. We will see enough of the Yankees will be managing this year. Mickey Rivers at 294 on the young year with an RBI. Haas delivers, and there's a ground ball to Johnson, might be two. Cicada for one, throw to Cooper, and I believe they have turned it. Yes, they have. So 6-4-3 on the double play. And 2 out for Thurman Munson. Great start for Thurm. 389, 1 homer, and 5 RBI. Haas 2 outs, top the first. Delivers to Munson. Struck him out. He got him to swing on a 1-2 off speed, and Munson goes back to the dugout. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. Half an inning in the books in Milwaukee. Yankees, nothing. Here come the Orioles. I'm looking at Len Cicada and thinking Orioles. Brewers. It's the Brewers. And so here's Kenny Holtzman. He hasn't made an appearance yet in the replay. It's only the Yankees' 5th game. 1-0 for the Yankees in 78 with a 4.08 ERA. In 17 2/3 innings, he's allowed 21 hits, 2 homers, 9 walks. Old Billy's going to have fun with this one, huh? And 3 strikeouts. In the lineup that he will face, I gave it away with Lenny Cicada and the Orioles. He's with the Brewers in 78. He'll lead off and play second. Don Money is a third baseman. He'll bat second. Sal Bando is your DH. He'll bat third. Larry Heisel is in left. He cleans up. Sisto Lexcano is hitting .583 in the early going. He'll bat fifth and right. Cecil Cooper is the first baseman. He'll bat sixth. Gorman Thomas hopes not to strike out too much. In center field, he'll bat seventh. Buck Martinez, the catcher, eighth. And Tim Johnson, not the doctor from ABC, is the shortstop. He'll bat ninth, and I'm sure I have that name wrong as well. Moose Haas threw 14 pitches in the first. Roy White is in left. He's a 7, but only has a 1 arm, which qualifies in my book as a ramen noodle. Mickey Rivers is an 8 and a 5 in center, and Reggie Jackson is a 6 and an 8 in right. Craig Nettles is a 10 at third. Bucky Dent a 6 at short. Willie Randolph a 7 at second, and Chris Chambliss a 10 at first. Always good to bookend your infield with 10s. Thurman Munson a 9 and a 8 behind the plate. And Ken Holtzman is a 5 on the mound. The former Chicago Cub is ready. Lenny Cicada, 286, 2 for 7 on the year with an RBI. Holtzman deals, and there's a looper that's going to get down in front of Rivers, and Milwaukee starts with a hit. Brings up Don Money. That's the old Brewers hat from 70 to 77. They changed to what you see now on the upper right for 78. Money at 313 with 2 RBI. 14 homers on the real year. Runner at first, nobody out. Holtzman deals. Money into center field. Rivers has it for the out. Cicada retreats back to first. And there's 1 out for Sal Bando, the DH. Oh, look, he got the Topps airbrush treatment in that picture. Yep. Obviously taken from Oakland's Alameda Coliseum. Sal at 063, 1 for 16. That classifies as a slow start. No homers and RBI. 17 homers on the real year. Runner on first. Pitch from Holtzman. Ball 4. So you know Kenny's going to do a bunch of that. And here's Heisel at 250, no homers and 2 RBI. If Milwaukee is to make a big run, and I think they're certainly capable of doing that here in the American League East, Heisel's going to need to match that 34 home run mark. 290, 34 homers, and 115 RBI in the real year. Holtzman deals, and there's a long drive to left that's going to get down in the corner. White will pick it up. Lezcano scores. Bando rounds third. Heisel's going to third. Dent will throw home. Bando slides in the mud. He's safe. Heisel goes to third, and it's 2-0 Milwaukee. So just like that, the Brewers are in business. And that brings up Sixto Lezcano. 7 for 12 on the year, 583, 2 homers, and 6 RBI. If you watched our playoffs and our tournaments, I tend to try to get ahead of the computer for the pitching changes, just in case Holtzman poops the bed. But here, regular season, it's all on the computer. Cooper on deck. Pitch to Cisco, and there's a ground ball to Chambliss. Heisel scores the flip to first, or he took it to first himself, and Lezcano was out. He flipped to Holtzman. You couldn't see it. But Kenny has 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. 3-0 Milwaukee. That'll bring up Super Coop, Cecil Cooper. 267, a homer, and 2 RBI. Hit .312 on the real year. Nobody on. Pitch from Holtzman, and there's a liner into center field. And the Brewers had their 3rd hit. And that brings up, well, I don't know what year that picture was taken. I don't remember Gorman Thomas clean-shaven. Stormin Gorman had the Fu Manchu going. 154 on the young year with 5 strikeouts and an RBI. Hit .246, 32 homers, and 86 RBI in the real year. Holtzman deals, and Thomas sends this one into shallow left center. Rivers comes in, and that will make the catch and retire the side. Not before Milwaukee. 3 runs on 3 hits and no errors. After 1, 3-0 Brewers. Well, that leaves Reggie Jackson with some work to do. Reggie at .438, a homer. He had that opening day down in Arlington, and 4 RBI. And Moose Haas now sitting pretty with a 3-run lead here in the second. Haas deals. Jackson, there's a sharp grounder to first. No, it's a strikeout. Jackson swung on and missed, and it got away from Martinez, but Buck picked it up in the mud, threw to Cooper for the out. 1 away. Chris Chambliss is 4 for 16, 250 with 3 RBI on the year. Haas deals. And Chris sends that one into left center field, so the Yankees have their 2nd hit. 1 out for Nettles, who also homered on opening day. 313, a homer, and 4 RBI for Craig. Gold Glover, of course, at 3rd. Haas deals. Struck him out. That's 2 in the inning. And it was an 0-2 right down Broadway at 97, and he stood and watched it like a barn on the side of the road. So 2 out for Roy White, who we did not see in our game in Texas. 2 for 7 on the year, 286 with the run scored, and 3 walks. Haas from the stretch, ball 4, so White draws a walk, and Chambliss moves to 2nd. For Jim Spencer, 2 for 6, 2 RBI, 333 average. Tying run at the plate here in the top of the second. Pitch from Haas. Long drive to right. Lezcano will turn and watch it go. We're tied at 3. So as quickly as Milwaukee jumped out in front, the Yankees get the runs right back. So here's Spencer, his first of the year, and that was a hard shot into that 5-mile-an-hour wind in right field. So Haas gets the popsicle stick out and digs the mud out of his cleats, like that mattered. Here's Bucky Dent, 154, 2 for 13 on the air. He's got himself an RBI and a run scored. Haas delivers. Dent ground ball to Money over to Cooper, and that will retire the side. The Yankees get 3 on the shot by Jim Spencer. Holy cow, we go to the bottom of the second. 3-3 the score. So Buck Martinez, Johnson, and Sakata coming up for Milwaukee. Buck 2 for 7 on the year. That's 286 with an RBI. Holtzman delivers, and Buck pops this one up. Munson takes off the mask, goes to the screen, and it's a long, loud strike, and the count is 0-2. Holtzman deals, and there's a ground ball to Chambliss, takes the bag himself for the out, 1 away. Holtzman could use a quick inning here. Already at 30 pitches. Here's Tim Johnson. I believe this was his only game for the Brewers all year since he went 0 for 3 and started this one. And will not, even without a hit on his record, because Holtzman is not good, he has a batting average of 140 chance. Holtzman deals. Johnson ground ball to Randolph. Willie over to first for the out. So 2 quick out for Lenny Sakata. Holtzman threw the first 9 batters and 32 pitches. That's not bad until you look at the fact that he's done it in an inning and 2/3, allowed 3 hits and 3 runs. And a walk. Sakata singled and scored. Pitch to Lenny, ball 4. So Holtzman not doing himself any favors here in the second. Brings up Don Money 0 for 1. Sakata pitch to Money. There's a line drive foul. Someone from Fond du Lac made that catch. 2-2 the count. Holtzman deals. Money, line drive right to Randolph, and that will retire the side. So the Brewers, no runs, no hits. The walk doesn't hurt, no errors. After 2, 3-3. So we go to the top of the third. It'll be Randolph, Rivers, and Bunsen for the Yankees. Moose Haas threw his first 9, a good tidy 32 pitches, 2 innings, 3 hits. A home run to Spencer, which tied the game in the second inning. 3 runs all earned. He's walked 1 and struck out 3. Randolph singled to start the ball game. Haas delivers and really draws a walk. Not what the Brewers need. The Yankees would love to start 4-1. Raining a little bit harder. Wind now in from right at 5. Mickey Rivers is 0 for 1. He grounded into a double play. Randolph goes, ground ball to Johnson. He's going to get the shore out at first, and but Cooper got his foot off the bag. Did he get it back on in time? Yes, it was a low throw, and Cooper reached back with his right foot and made the play. But Randolph, who was off on the pitch, takes second. 1 out from Munson, who is struck out in the first. Haas has 3 overall. Pitch to Munson. Line drive to third. Money is Money, 2 out. So, good start for Haas here in the top of the third. For Reggie Jackson, who struck out, but the pitch got away from Martinez, and it went on the card as 2-3. Throw to second. Randolph is back. Now Haas goes home, and Reggie draws a walk. So the Yankees here, and the trips are wild here in the third. 3 runs, 3 hits for the Yankees. 3 runs, 3 hits for the Brewers. And that'll bring up Chris Chambliss, who singled and scored in the first, or the second rather. Scored on the Spencer homer. And it's a line drive to right that's going to get past Lescano. Randolph and Jackson will score. Chambliss is going for 3. To throw into third is not in time. And the Yankees go up 5-3. So Chris Chambliss, a 2-run triple. And the Yankees are now sitting pretty. Here's Nettles. He struck out his first time up. That was in the second. So Moose Haas, his ERA is back up to 15.95. He deals. Ball 4. This is not going to be a long outing for Haas if he can't get out of it. He couldn't get out of the 5th against the Orioles 4 days ago. And now is struggling to get out of the 3rd tonight or today. Roy White walked and scored in the second. Haas delivers, and White strikes out. He swung on and missed a 1-2 fastball at 97 to end the inning. 2 runs, a hit, no errors. After 2.5, it's the Yankees 5, the Brewers 2. So Ken Holtzman is loving this. He gave the Brewers 3 in the first, and the Yankees have responded with 5 on their own. Bando walked and scored in the first. Heisel on deck. Holtzman delivers, and Sal sends that one deep to right and gone. Well, this one is not a pitcher's duel now, is it? He crushed that one. That actually hit the scoreboard. Watch it again. Bando just smashed it, and it did. It hit the base of the matrix board in right center field. 422 feet into the wind. And so now it's 5-4. Here's Heisel. He had a 2-run double in the first. Pitch from Holtzman. And there's a long drive to left, and that's gone. And so it's 5-5 on a back-to-back homers by Sal Bando and Larry Heisel. No, this is what I wanted. That was just a laser beam down the left field line. And all White could do was turn and watch it go. Lescano reached on a fielder's choice and drove in the third run. So it's now 5-5, and there's nobody out here in the third. Here's the pitch, and there's a ground ball to short. Dent to Chambliss. Finally one away. Here's Cooper. Cecil singled his first time up. This is not going to be a complete game special. Pitch from Holtzman. And there's a looper that just gets past Willie Randolph, and the Brewers have their 6th hit. Brings up Gorman Thomas. Again, I'm dying to know what year that is. I've never seen him clean-shaven before. Thomas is 0 for 1. 1 out. Bottom of the third. Here's the pitch. Struck him out. Gorman swung on a full count and missed, and that's the first strikeout for Holtzman. That brings up Buck Martinez. Buck grounded out to first in the second inning. Holtzman deals. Martinez up the middle. That's a base hit. A seeing eye single, and Cooper moves to third. 7 hits for the Brewers, and here's Tim Johnson, who's 0 for 1. Runners in the corners and a 5-5 tie. Here's the pitch, and there's a ground ball up the middle. Dent, he'll step on second himself, and that will retire the side. 2 runs, 4 hits, and no errors. After 3, it's the Yankees 5, the Brewers 5. So Moose Haas may get out of this with a no decision. Spencer blasted a 3-run shot to right in the second. Yankees got 3 in the second and 2 in the third. Pitch to Spencer, ball 4. So that's the 5th walk issued by Moose Haas. Got a whip of 3 as we start the 4th. Here's Bucky. Bucky's 0 for 1. Pitch from Haas after Martinez goes out to have a few words. Don't think they're discussing their Schlitz order. There's a base hit in the right field. Spencer will go to second, and that's the 5th hit for the Yankees. And through 18 batters, Moose Haas has only retired 9, or really 8. He's got 9 outs. But 10 of the 18 batters have reached 75 pitches, 3 innings, 5 hits, 5 runs, all earned. He has walked 5 and struck out 4. And Jim Spencer had the 3-run shot. He's on second. Dent's on first. Randolph has walked, singled, and scored. And this time around, Haas got him to chase a 1-2 at 99 out of the zone. So 1 out for Mickey Rivers, who's 0 for 2. Haas delivers. Long drive, right center. Goodbye. So Mickey Rivers with a 3-run shot makes it 8-5. Yankees. Let's watch that again. That was just clobbered. Now that wind is blowing right to left at 5. It's still raining. And the best part about Moose Haas this afternoon is he's about to go take a warm shower because he's done. Randy Stein coming in, first appearance of the year, pitching change from Milwaukee. From County Stadium, this is Major League Baseball 78 on Retro Sports Network. Stein, who would start as well, 3-2. He'll actually start in 5 days with a save and an ERA of 5.33. 72 2/3 innings, 78 hits, 5 homers. He's walked 39 and struck out 42. Thurman is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. The Cat does not like baseball. Pitch to Munson. Ground ball to Johnson over to Cooper for the out. 2 out. Here's Reggie. He is struck out and scored on a walk. 0 for 1. Nobody on. 8-5 Yankees. Stein deals and Jackson hits a slow fly ball to right. Lescano catches the Rainmaker, and that will retire the side. Not before the Yankees get 3 more on the homer by Mickey Rivers. 2 hits and no errors, 3.5 down. Yankees 8, Milwaukee 5. Well, somehow all through this, Ken Holtzman has made it through the second time through the Brewer lineup. And he's going to be just as shocked as anyone else that he's sitting on the right side of an 8-5 lead. 18 batters, 75 pitches, 3 innings, 7 hits. Geez, and criminy. Home runs from Heisel and Bando, back to back. 2 walks and a strikeout. All 5 runs are earned, but they're ahead. Sakata is 1 for 1. He has singled, scored, and walked. Holtzman delivers, and that's a ground ball right back to Kenny over to first for the out. 1 away. Brings up Don Money, who's 0 for 2. Holtzman, of course, better known for his time with the Cubs. Pitched in the mid-70s for them. Did not obviously have a lot of success for the Yankees, but it's early on in the year, so you can get away with it. The wind, by the way, is stopped. It's calm, but raining. In chilly here in Milwaukee. Lots of bratwurst going around the park today. Pitch to Money is a fly ball to center. Mickey Rivers comes in, and that's 2 out. Do we dare jinx Holtzman and say he has a 1-2-3 inning? He's lucky if he's going to get through 5. Sal Bando homered his last time up, a solo shot. He also was walked. Such a bad airbrush job in that picture. He deals, and Bando, nope, no 1-2-3 inning for the Yankees. As Bando goes to first. 3rd walk for Holtzman, and now bring up Heisel, who hit an absolute laser shot down the line and left. Bando got a hold of that Holtzman pitch his last time up and knocked out a light bulb in that matrix on the scoreboard in right center. Pitch to Heisel is a ground ball to third. Nettles flips it to Randolph for the force, and that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. After 4, Yankees 8, Brewers 5. And so Randy Stein now cleaning up the pieces of the mess that Moose Haas left. As we start the top of the 5th, Chambliss 2 for 2. He has a single, a triple, and 2 RBI. 3 in the 2nd, 2 in the 3rd, 4 in the 3rd, 3 in the 4th run. You know how to read a line score, don't you? Let's do that again. 3 in the 2nd, 2 in the 3rd, and 3 in the 4th for the Yankees. 8 runs, 6 hits, no errors. They've left 2 on. The Brewers, 5 runs, 7 hits, and they've left 5 on. Pitch to Chambliss, and there's a base hit into left center field. It gets in the triangle between Heisel, Thomas, and Johnson. And Chambliss is now 3 for 3 today. Brings up Nettles. He has walked and struck out. 7th hit for the Yankees. Stein deals. And there's a liner in the center field for a base hit. And the Yankees are just pounding the Brewers. in a year where we had to go to a 163rd game in this division to settle it, the Yankees are making everything count when they can. Here's Roy White. He walked and struck out. That walk ended up being a run on the Spencer 3-run shot in the second. And he's 0 for 1. Stein delivers, and there's a fly ball to center. Thomas dodges the raindrops to make the catch. And Chambliss will try for third. The throw into Money is in time. They got him. So 2 out. Nettles will go to third. Thomas does not have the world's greatest arm, but he got a good jump on it. And threw Chambliss out. That works. There it is. So Nettles will take second for Jim Spencer, who had a 3-run shot in the second. 8-5 New York, top the 5th. Stein deals. Spencer slaps one down to Cooper, and that played Cecil. And so Nettles moves to third on the air. It's a strict E3, and there's runners in the corners for one. Bucky Dent, who singled and scored. He's 1 for 2. Pitch from Stein. Ball 4. So pitching aficionados might not want to watch this one because 13 runs and we're not even halfway through the game. Here's Willie Randolph. He's 1 for 2. He has singled, walked, and scored. Also struck out. They're loaded for Willie, and they're no longer loaded. That's going to drop in front of Thomas. Nettles will score. Spencer will round third. They're going for the plate. Here's Martinez. They tagged him out. They tagged him out, and the Yankees have 2 runners thrown off the bases. Spencer at the plate and Chambliss at third. It won't even be a win for Kenny Holtzman as Raleigh Eastwick's coming in. The Yankees get another run. It's 9-5. So here we go, 9 runs on 9 hits and no errors for the Yankees. Mickey Rivers has 3 RBI. Willie Randolph is 2 for 3. Chris Chambliss is 3 for 3. And the Yankees come into this hitting .294. Milwaukee, 2 runs for Heisel, 2 runs for Bando, and 3 RBI for Heisel. The pitching lines, well, they're kind of blurred. Holtzman is done. 4 innings, 7 hits, 5 runs all earned. The home runs to Bando and Heisel. He's walked 3 and struck out 1. 92 bad pitches. And his day is done. Moose Haas couldn't even make it out of the 4th. 3 1/3, 6 hits, 8 runs all earned. He gave up 2 homers. He's walked 5 and struck out 5. Eastwick, better known for his time with the Phillies, 2-1 with the Yankees, a 3.28 ERA, 24 2/3 innings, 22 hits, 2 homers. Walked 4 and struck out 13. Lescano is 0 for 2. Reached on a fielder's choice and drove in a run. Eastwick delivers, and there's a liner in the right that's going to drop in front of Jackson for a base hit. Willie Randolph did not move over in time, and that's a poor play. So 9 hits for the Yankees and 8 for the Brewers. Brings up Cecil Cooper is 2 for 2. Has singled twice. Eastwick deals. Ground ball, base hit right side. So second verse for the Yankees, same as the first, just kind of bad. First and second for Thomas, and Gorman is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Lescano on second, Cooper on first. Eastwick delivers, and there's a fly ball foul left side. Somebody from Green Bay is going, you know what? I bet if I make a hat that looks like a wedge of cheese, that might sell. 0-2 to Thomas. Pitch from Eastwick into center. Rivers goes back and makes the catch. Lescano will tag. And George Bamberger says, you're not running into an out. He'll hold for Buck Martinez, who's 1 for 2 with a single. Pitch from Raleigh. Popped up. Randolph says, I've got it. And he does. So 2 out. Bottom of the 5th. Here's Tim Johnson, who's going to get one more at bat, because I always give him 3. Pitch from Eastwick, and Johnson pops this one into center field. Rivers goes back a tad and makes the catch to retire the side. But the Brewers, no runs, 2 hits, and no errors. We've played 5 in Milwaukee, New York 9, the Brewers 5. Mickey Rivers hit 11 home runs in the real year and hit his last time up. He's 1 for 3. Stein did not give it up. That was the end of Moose Haas's day. Made it 8-5. The 1 run that Stein gave up was not earned. Cecil Cooper made the error. And Mickey Rivers strikes out. 1-2 on the inside corner. That brings up Johnson, who's 0 for 3. Stein deals. Struck him out. So a good inning for Stein. He got Munson to check his swing on a 93-mile-an-hour fastball. So 2 down by way of the K for Reggie Jackson, who is 0 for 2. He has walked, scored, and struck out. Stein deals. Struck him out. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Reggie chases a 1-2 fastball, and for the first time in the ball game, the Yankees go down in order. We go to the bottom of the 6th after 5.5. Yankees 9, Milwaukee 5. Cicada, Money, and Bando due up. Cicada 1 for 2. He has singled, walked, and scored. Eastwick starts his 2nd inning by getting Cicada to swing and miss on an off-speed 0-2 pitch. So that's 1 for Raleigh. And that brings up Don Money, who's 0 for 3. Live baseball, Texas, Boston, Philadelphia, St. Louis. That's on Twitch starting at noon Eastern Wednesday and Thursday, right here on Retro Sports Network. Now, because of a change, pitch to Money. Speaking of Money, ground ball to third, Nettles over to Chambliss for the out. Because the live streams on Twitch now can pay me, there's now a 24-hour delay from when a game on Twitch can now be uploaded to YouTube. So everything will still be uploaded to YouTube, but it's a 24-hour delay. So the next game on YouTube you'll see Thursday and Friday. Sal Bando, on the bottom row of that scoreboard where the messages are, there's a light bulb missing because he smashed it with an opposite field home run. Eastwick deals, and there's a ground ball to Dent over to Chambliss to retire the side. So Raleigh Eastwick has found his mojo. We go to the 7th. No runs, no hits, no errors. Yankees 9, Milwaukee 5. So Randy Stein will face Chambliss, Nettles, and White. Chris Chambliss is 3 for 3. Not 0 for 3, Ron. Single twice, tripled, and driven in 2. Randy delivers, and there's a ground ball to Cicada behind the bag at second over to Cooper out. So Stein now has thrown 3 innings and 53 pitches. So he has saved Milwaukee's pen. Milwaukee only starts the year with 9 pitchers. Nettles is 1 for 2. He has singled, walked, scored, and struck out. Moose Haas is the pitcher of record for the Brewers. He stands to get the loss. And Raleigh Eastwick is in line to get the win. Pitch to Nettles is popped up. Johnson for the out. 2 away. Roy White, or White, 0 for 2 with a walk and a strikeout and a run scored. Stein done yeoman's work. I mean, the game isn't over yet. We've had 14 runs in 6 innings. Pitch to stop from Stein. There's a ground ball to right. Cicada should have got there, and so that is the 10th hit for the Yankees. Jim Spencer, of all people, hit a 3-run homer down the line and right in the 2nd. That started the barrage for the Yankees. And so, again, the Yankees have only been retired in order once, and that was in the 6th. Throw to first, White is out. They got him. Stretch time here in Milwaukee. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. 9-5 to York. And remember, folks, I do have a Patreon if you're interested in giving a tip that way. Patreon.com/Retro Sports Network. $10 gets you any game you want played in the Action PC library. This one can't get over fast enough for the Brewers, I don't think. It'll be Heisel, Lescano, and Cooper to face Eastwick here in the bottom of the 7th. Heisel 2 for 3. He has doubled and homered. His shot was a rip down the line and left. Pitch from Raleigh is a ground ball to Nettles, who makes an absolute diving stop in the mud. That ball hit a rock and kind of stuck, and Nettles just picked it up from his knees, flung it over to first for the out, 1 away. I'm telling you, the 78 World Series was Nettles' playground. He won it single-handedly playing defense. Lescano 1 for 3 with a single and RBI. Raleigh Eastwick delivers, and there's a fly ball to right. Jackson's there. And Reggie got turned around on that one, made a diving stop. And now the sun has started to poke through. Maybe not for the Brewers' bats, but the skies are starting to clear. And Cecil Cooper's at the plate. He has singled 3 times. 52 degrees, no wind. It's not comfortable. Pitch to Coop is a line drive into left center. Cooper's going to go 4 for 4 on the single. So both teams now have 10 hits. 9 runs, 10 hits, and no errors for the Yankees. They've left on 4. 5 runs, 10 hits, and an error for the Brew Crew, and they've left on 7. Here's Gorman Thomas. He's 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Eastwick throws to first. Cooper's back. I wonder if we'll see Gossage or Lyle in this game. Pitch. Thomas gets plunked in the shoulder. And that'll bring up Buck Martinez, who's 1 for 3. Got himself a single. Here's the pitch. Ground ball to first. Chambliss takes it to the bag himself, and that will retire the side. So the Brewers threaten no runs, a hit, no errors after 7. Yankees 9, Milwaukee 5. So Stein, 60 pitches through 3 2/3 innings, will come out to start the 8th. Spencer, Dent, and Randolph for the Yankees. A Yankee win makes them 4-1, and the Brewers slide to 2-3. Pitch to Spencer. Gets away from Martinez on strike 3, but the throw down to first is in time. Second time today that Buck has had strike 3 get away. 4th punch out for Stein. Here's Dent. Has walked, scored, and singled. Not necessarily in that order. Stein deals. Dent. Sharp grounder to Money. Long throw across. And Bucky's retired. 2 out. So Stein, 4 1/3 innings of no earned run baseball. Has pitched very well. Here's Willie Randolph, 2 for 3. Singled twice, walked once, and struck out. Drove in his first run of the year and scored. Pitch from Stein. Randolph goes down by way of the K. He strikes out, and that should do it for Stein. No runs, no hits, no errors. 7.5 in the books. It's the Yankees 9, the Brewers 5. So Eastwick will at least stay in. And Paul Molitor will pinch it, I imagine. And that's what I'm going with. And I'm going with Ben Ogilvie. 3 for 9 on the year with 2 RBI and a .333 average. It's righties at a .309 clip. So let's see what Martin does with Eastwick. He could turn Ogilvie or put it in Lyle to get Ogilvie to go lefty versus lefty. No, he'll pitch to Ben, and that's popped up. Munson to the screen, and he made the catch. Good job. So Cicada is up for the 4th time. He's 1 for 3. He's walked and struck out a single. Eastwick has also done yeoman's work. 3 1/3 scoreless innings, 3 hits, and a strikeout. Cicada punches out one to third. Nettles across the way. 2 out. For Don Money, who has been anything but this afternoon. He's 0 for 4. Boston, Texas tomorrow, or Wednesday live at noon. Normally the Wednesday game is taped, but because we taped on Tuesday, you get a live game Wednesday. And Phillies Cardinals live on Thursday. That's the lineup this week. Ball 4 for Money. And the Sparky Lyle will come in. So we'll can the self-promotion and tell you that Sparky Lyle, who was probably not the most popular man in the Bronx in the spring of 1978, comes in for his first appearance of the season, 9-3, with 9 saves and a 3.47 ERA. The author of The Bronx Zoo threw 111 2/3 innings, 116 hits, allowed 6 homers. He walked 33 and struck out 33. 2 out, Money on first for Bando, who smashed one into the scoreboard in right center. He's 1 for 2. Scored twice, walked twice. 9-5 New York. Bottom of the 8th. And Bando struck out. He got him on a 1-2 on the outside corner, and that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. Brewers have now stranded 10. New York 9. Milwaukee 5. Paul Molitor comes in to play short. He's a 5. And Bob McClure, the lefty, comes in for his first appearance of the year. 2-6 out of the Brewer pen in 78 with 9 saves. 3.74 ERA, 65 innings, 53 hits, 8 homers. He walked 30 and struck out 47. And with Munson the only righty due up this inning, it'll be Rivers, who 3-run homer in the 4th. Munson and Jackson, and if anybody should reach, Chris Chambliss. Pitch to Rivers is a ground ball to Cicada, and that ate Lenny up. So Lenny had to bounce off his glove. He goes in the grass to get it, and that's the second error for Milwaukee. So although Rivers won't get a credit for a hit, he reaches base for Thurman Munson, who was 0 for 4 with 2 strikeouts. McClure delivers, and there's a ground ball left side, base hit. Rivers goes to third, and the Yankees are threatening with more action here in the 9th. They lead 9-5. Here's Reggie. Reggie has struck out twice, walked, and scored. And the Straw has 4 RBI on the year in his first 4 games, has a chance to pick up some more. Rivers on third, Munson on first. McClure delivers, ground ball, base hit up the middle. Rivers will score. Munson will hold at second, and we got ourselves a Woolworth game. The Yankees are 5 and dime the Brewers 10-5. And that brings up Chris Chambliss, who is 3 for 4. Got himself 2 singles, a triple, and 2 RBI. And so the Yankee lovers are loving this. So Munson on second, Jackson on first. Pitch to Chambliss. Ball 4. McClure, who came in to throw against the lefties, has given the lefties wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Hasn't retired a batter yet, so he hasn't developed an ERA. Only given up 1 run, but there's nobody out for Nettles, who was 1 for 3. He has walked, struck out, and scored. And that hit was a single. Pitch. Got him! He took a wrong pitch. He got a fastball. I think he was looking changeup on a 1-2. No one was banging on any garbage cans, and there's 1 out. Oh, the McClure run was unearned, thanks to Cicada's error. Here's White. Roy is 1 for 3. He has singled, walked, and struck out. 10 runs for the Yankees on 12 hits. Pitch. Ground ball to Molitor. There should be 2. They're going to try for 2. Sakata for 1. Over to Cooper. White not as fast as he used to be. And the side is retired. They turn it 6-4-3. Yankees pin on another run. We go to the bottom of the 9th. It's the Yankees 10, the Brewers 5. So Heisel, Lescano, and Cooper to face Lyle here in the 9th. Larry's had himself a pretty good game. 2 for 4. He has doubled and homered and driven in 3 of the 5 Brewer runs. Sparky delivers into left center. Rivers, 1 out. No defensive changes at all for the Yankees. Lescano 1 for 4. Hitting 500 now on the year. RBI and a single. Pitch to Sisto. Struck him out. So Lyle has 2. He got him on a 1-2 looking. And the last chance for the Brewers is Cecil Cooper, who is 4 for 4. He has singled all 4 times at the plate, but to no avail. Ball 4. So Cooper will not be retired. And Sparky shakes the head. 2 out and 1 on for Gorman Thomas, who's 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Now hitting a whopping 125 on the year. Lyle's pitch. Ground ball right back to Sparky. He hit his glove. He knocks it down but can't do anything with it. That was a comebacker that played Lyle. And now the Brewers have 2 on and 2 out for Buck Martinez, who's 1 for 4. Really, that should be a single. But the score gives Sparky the air. Sparky does not have great range. He's only a 2. Martinez 1 for 4. Now he's not. That's into left field. That's going to drop in front of White. Cooper will try and score. The throw goes in the infield, and it's 10-6. So although that run is unearned, Sparky's the one that made the error. So meet the super rookie Paul Molitor, 294, 5 for 17 on the year. Not the tying run, that would be Sakata if the inning is extended. Thomas on second, Martinez on first. Munson and Lyle have a few words, such as, "Why'd you write about me in your book?" Molly in the left. White goes back, and the Yankees will win the ball game. The Brewers make it close. A run and a hit on the error by Lyle, but the Yankees will win this one 10-6. So Raleigh Eastwick in his 3 2/3 innings gets the win. 3 hits, a walk, and a strikeout. Lyle an inning and a third. The run was unearned. He gave up a hit, walked 1, and struck out 2. McClure and Stein did yeoman's work in the pen. 2 unearned runs. Lots and lots to go over in the recap. Jim Spencer with a 3-run shot in the second to tie the game for the Yankees at 3. Sal Bando with a bomb to right center to make it 5-4. Larry Heisel tied the game at 5, and that was it. Mickey Rivers, a 3-run homer in the 4th. Willie Randolph, an RBI single in the 5th. And Reggie Jackson, an RBI single in the 9th. Made it 10-9. Our player of the game, we're going to go with what the computer says, Mickey Rivers. And Mickey gets that because he went 1 for 5 with 3 RBI and a big 3-run shot. So the Yankees win this one 10-6. So before we go, I will quickly play the rest of the day in baseball. So through April 12th, Don Asse, by the way, threw a shutout last night. So we'll go through them. Cubs beat the Mets 3-2. Ray Burris gets the win. Bruce Sutter's third save. Red Sox started 4-1. They pound Cleveland 11-1. Mike Torres goes to 2-0. Carlton Fisk had a triple and a stolen base. Chicago downs Toronto 8-1. Steve Stone, 8 1/3 innings, 2 hits, only 1 earned run. Ralph Garr with his first homer of the year. San Francisco beat Cincinnati for the Giants' first win. They go to 1-4. They beat the Reds 5-1. Montreal beat Philadelphia 4-3. Steve Rogers, his first win. Gary Carter, his 4th home run of the year. Pittsburgh beat St. Louis 4-2. The Candyman, John Candelaria, gets the first win, and the world tastes good. Dave Parker, 4 for 5, a triple and a double. Houston beat the Dodgers at the Astrodome 7-2. Joe Niekro goes to 2-0. Bob Watson hit his 3rd home run of the year. Detroit and Mark Fidrich lose to John Matlack. Matlack throws a shutout. He strikes out 5, walks 2. 1-0 Texas. Kansas City 6, Baltimore 5. Dennis Leonard goes to 2-0. Al Bunbury 4 for 5 with a home run. Oakland beat Seattle for Oakland's first win of the year, 5-3. Rick Langford gets off the snide, 1-1. Rick Honeycutt slips to 1-2. And California is 6-0. They beat the Twins 7-6. Dave LaRoche gets the win. Gary Sarum the loss. Don Baylor 2 for 4 with a home run. Yankees home opener is on Thursday. Red Sox and Rangers live on Wednesday afternoon. The Sox start 4-1. The Rangers 1-4. And then the Saturday game of the week, which you'll see live on Thursday, St. Louis, and I don't know why I'm looking at the camera, St. Louis and Philadelphia. So that's the menu for this week. I'm Ron Juckett. Took a while. We'll talk to you the next time right here on Metro Sports Network.